Hello friends, welcome back to She's in Her Apron. I'm so glad you're here with me because today we're gonna do some holiday baking. Aprons on, let's go. There's a secret to my blueberry pie. Oh, that's so easy. Comes right off. This is the best right here. Yum. It smells so good. Okay, I took you guys along last year as I baked some things up for the holidays and froze them, and you loved the video, and so I thought I would do it again, take you guys along with me. I like to try to get anything done ahead of time for the holidays, so all I have to do is pull it out and bake it. Yes! It's nice to just take the time, a day or two, to prep and get things ready so when the time comes, you're like 2 steps ahead. And you don't have to pull out all your mixers, all your flours when you want to do your holiday baking. On the menu today, 1 blueberry pie, and then I'm going to be making pumpkin pies, but not by can this year. This year I grabbed some pumpkins from Costco. These are the sweet pie pumpkins. I have never done this before, and I thought let's make our own pumpkin puree this year. I do have canned pumpkin that I could do cookies and breads with, but I really wanted to make my pumpkin pie from scratch. Never done it before, and Costco had these, so I grabbed 2, and they've held up pretty good the last couple of weeks. This guy right here, he's a little soft, but we're still gonna cook it, bake them in the oven. So I've never done this before, so I'm gonna take you guys along with me as I try to figure this out. But how fun, right? To make your own pumpkin puree. So I just wanna get ahead where I can. So that is what I'm working on today. I am getting help from pre-made pie crust. I am intimidated by homemade crust, I won't lie. I need to figure this out and just learn to get over the fear, and maybe I'll do that this holiday season and take you guys with me, but I'm getting the help where I can with the Pillsbury pre-made pie crust. I've used many. The Walmart brand is great, the Kroger brand is good. I like to use the aluminum pie pans when I freeze pies. I know you can use glassware, but it just makes me nervous going from the freezer to the oven, so I like to get disposable pie pans. And frankly, when you're doing all your holiday cooking, you know, you're going to a party, it's just nice to have something that you don't have to worry about trying to collect after the party. You could just throw it away. So I like having these. All right, let's jump into it and let's get working on these pumpkins. I'm going to cut this part off, and I'm going to cut down the middle. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to scoop everything out. I'm gonna save the seeds this time and use them in our air fryer. And when we do that, hopefully I'll take you guys along. Yeah, so I'm gonna get these cleaned out and save the seeds. That was hard. I tried to get a lot of the stringy parts of the pumpkin out, but the more I scraped, I think I'm just taking the pumpkin puree. So that's as far as I'm gonna do. Now I'm gonna get these ready for our baking sheets. So I have my big baking sheet with some parchment paper. I am just gonna put these face down. We're gonna bake these in a 400-degree oven for 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna start on my blueberry pie, and I have these beautiful, beautiful blueberries. I need 4 cups of these. Yum. And I have all these to snack on. Perfect. For this blueberry pie, you'll need 2 seasonings: cinnamon and nutmeg. Half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. All right, so now I'm gonna get my blueberries in my bowl. Sorry, I have the dishwasher running it ran, but then the door didn't open, and it said it was done, but it wasn't, so it's running. So I'm sorry, but we gotta have the dishwasher going so I could use what's in there. So, okay, I got my blueberries in the bowl. Full tutorial on this video down below, go check it out. So, also to my seasonings, I added 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. So, to this, we already rinsed and dried our blueberries, gorgeous blueberries. So good. I've been eating the extra. Okay. Then, to this, I'm gonna need sugar and all-purpose flour. There's a secret to my blueberry pie. Not really, I've shared it before. Instead of using granulated sugar, use brown sugar. This was in the notes of the blog that I found this blueberry pie on. Someone said, use brown sugar. It was so much better than the white sugar, and I've been doing it ever since. When you go grab this recipe and it says 3/4 cup sugar, get yourself a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Yum. It'll totally make it better. So definitely go for the brown sugar. Okay, so to this, I am going to add 4 teaspoons of that lemon juice. We're gonna put that to the side. To this bowl, I'm gonna add the 1/4 cup of flour, my 1/2 cup of brown sugar. We're gonna need a teaspoon of that lemon zest. Oh, that gorgeous lemon zest goes in there. And then your salt, your cinnamon, and your nutmeg. All right, we're gonna give this a toss. All right, got my blueberries back. We're gonna toss this together with our blueberries very gently. Seriously, the most yummiest blueberry pie. Oh, I love it. My in-laws are whipping up something good upstairs. They got their blender on, can you hear it? I bet they're doing their shakes. I would like to know down below, what are your go-to pies for Thanksgiving or for Christmas? Is it a must that you have to have pumpkin pie? It's a must here. For me, I gotta have an apple and at least a piece of a blueberry. I'm a sucker for blueberry pie, a lemon pie. Got my pie pan, got my pie shell. I'm gonna pour this in. Oh, nobody gets left behind. Nobody. There we go. All right, I'm gonna need a few pats of butter, like, I don't know, 2 tablespoons. And we're going to put them in our pie. Gorgeous. I'm gonna get the top on, folding under my crust. If you've made this recipe before, will you tell me how you liked it? If you altered it at all, I would love to know. So when you do go to bake this, your oven's gonna be at 450 degrees and it'll be in there for 10 minutes, and then you'll lower the heat to 350. You might have to cook it a little longer once it's frozen. Don't thaw it out and then put it in your oven. You wanna put it in your oven frozen, okay? Then put it in and let it sit for a while, okay? Because then the juices will thicken up. If you're noticing that the edges of your crust are getting too brown, you can get one of those pie covers that cover your crust. It's like a ring, but if you don't have one of those, just put foil on your crust and you're good to go. I'm gonna wrap it in saran wrap just to give it that added like protection. It's only gonna be in my freezer for about a week and a half. Covered it with foil. And I'm going to put a B on here for blueberry. This is my permanent marker, making sure it's not my dry erase, so blueberry. When I do bake this, I am going to do a whitewash of the egg whites on here, so it'll be nice and golden. This is the best right here. Yum. Ooh, would you look at that? The house smells so good, you guys. All right, I'm gonna flip these over and let them cool for just a bit so I can handle them, and then I will take the skins off. They should easily just come right off, and then we'll puree the pumpkin. All right, this should just come off, they say. Woohoo, look at that. That is hot. So this, I'm gonna let cool down for a minute. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, that's so easy. Comes right off. It smells so good. I am gonna trim the edges. I've seen some people brush them with oil, some didn't. I was worried about burning if I put oil, but maybe I should have, but either way, you're fine. Yum. So I'm gonna keep peeling these, and then we'll get it and puree it up. Ooh, look at that. I'm not sure how many pounds this is. I think I'll take out my scale and measure it. All right, that is 2 pounds, 13 ounces of pumpkin puree. That's awesome. Ooh, would you look at that? I'm just gonna get it in this bowl, and I'm gonna keep adding more in and pureeing this up. All right, I'm not gonna lie, that took a while, but look what we got, all this beautiful pumpkin puree. All right, look at all that beautiful puree. So to do a pumpkin pie, I like to follow the recipe on the back of the LIBBY'S pie can. I think their flavoring is so good. I think they nail the spices, and I'm gonna try it with my pumpkin puree here. So I'll follow this recipe with that. I'm gonna make 2 pumpkin pies, and basically this in here is 15 ounces. Yeah, 15 ounces of pumpkin puree, which is basically about a cup and 3/4, I wanna say, that I used. And so I'm doubling the recipe, so I'm gonna get this in here, and I'm just gonna follow it. Basically, I'm gonna be using a can, 12 ounces of evaporated milk, 3/4 cup sugar, salt, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, eggs, and there we go. All right, I'm gonna get this going. All right, I am unraveling this pie dough. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna par bake these. All right, these are ready. All right, I cooked my shells just a little, even though LIBBY'S recipe says not to, but I just felt like it this time. So I'm gonna pour this in and just make it as even as possible. That's all I could fit in. I have this smaller pie shell pan, so I love having these pie crusts already made, like done, ready for you. And if you could find that box at Costco, go for it. You get 8. Pour this in there. All right, guys. I'm getting this in a 425-degree oven on a baking sheet and get these cooking. I think maybe I'll just put them in the oven. I don't think they'll spill over. One year they did, but I don't think these will. Okay, we'll do that and see how it goes. Wish me luck, it don't pour over. I don't think they will, but we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, this is what is left. I'm not sure, it's probably just over a cup, but I could use this for my overnight oats, pumpkin pie overnight oats. I do have a recipe on that, link below. It'll bring you to that video, and I think the recipe is linked there. So this can stay in your refrigerator, tightly sealed, up to 2 weeks. All right, I'm just checking with a toothpick. Ooh, that side is almost there. Almost. I'm gonna give it probably about maybe 7 more minutes. Ooh, look how gorgeous. And I have to say, I snuck a little taste in this one right in the corner. And it tastes wonderful. Just like if you were opening up a can, but I think probably a little better. So here you have it, the pumpkin pie. So I'm gonna bring this smaller one to Grandma when for Thanksgiving we're bringing over food to Grandma and Aunt Cindy, and so this will be their pumpkin pie. These will be ours. But for the whole season, like, this wouldn't cut it. Like, my family loves pumpkin pie. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wrap this in saran wrap and then aluminum foil and get it in the freezer. They're already cooled. So now all we have to do at Thanksgiving, you guys, is just take it out of the freezer, let it thaw, and boom, you're ready to cut into it and enjoy it. Please go check out last year's video if you haven't seen it. I share with you how to do apple pie. What you do is you make the pie filling. You take your pan like this, put aluminum foil at the bottom, and press it down like you were putting in a pie, right? Like if that was pie crust. Then you're gonna put your pie filling into the aluminum foil, wrap it all up, freeze it, or when you go take it out of the freezer to use, you could take it completely out of the aluminum foil in the perfect size for your pan, because the pan's right here. So you take that out, put in your dough, then slip in your cold or frozen apple mixture, and it's the perfect size that'll fit right into your dough. Instead of freezing it in a Ziploc bag and having it be all wonky, it'll fit perfect. So go check out that video if you want to see how I did that. All right, then I'm going to take my Sharpie and put a P for pumpkin. And there you have it. Put it in your freezer. You're good to go. Take it out the morning of, day before, whatever you want to do, and it'll be perfect for you. I'm going to put GP for Grandma's pumpkin. And there we go, 3 pumpkin pies ready for this holiday season. I'm gonna plop these in the freezer. Well, friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this motivated you to maybe get a head start on your holiday baking. Down below, please tell me what you are whipping up this holiday season. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will see you soon. Bye.